Well, it's let me see, Tuesday, March 3rd, 2020. Been working on this a couple of days, just kind of taking my time at it because it's a monotonous job, and I just want to make sure I get it done good. So I've wire brushed all this. I got it down to bare metal. All that up in there, and the same on that side. I've got the majority of that down there, but it needs to be done better. There's still some paint and surface rust down there. Now, this up here, I went and I wire brushed most of it, and now I'm using these little Scotch-Brite roll-out disc right here from my angle grinder, which it's there it is. That's the tool I'm using. But as I've said before, when you go down to bare metal, most epoxy manufacturers and direct-to-metal primers will tell you to either sand it with a DA and 80 grit, or I feel that Scotch-Brite roll-lock, braiding it, does a really good job. I mean, you can see the swirl marks in there where it's really got into it. Puts a good bite on it. It polishes the metal good. And I just make sure I don't touch it anywhere. That way I don't have to worry about it flash rusting. And try to get back on it within at least, no more than 3 or 4 hours later and get the primer on it. Sometimes the day goes long and I've worked too long, and then I've got to come back the next day and go over it all again. And it's just part of the job. But some people say they've waited 2 or 3 days, put epoxy or direct-to-metal primer on bare metal. They say they don't have any problem. They said they blocked it before and went down to bare metal in places and it didn't peel off. But I don't know. I'm always kind of leery of doing things like that. Scared I'm gonna have problems. So I'd almost rather just do the extra work. But just giving an update, kind of going around, showing a video of it. Every bit of the car that I'm working on, this is what I've done to it. Got it down to where it's bright, shiny metal like that. Clean it with wax and grease remover after it's masked off. And then all this back here, I put 2 coats of epoxy on that. But I'm saving the rest of the epoxy I got to use for sealer. I bought 2 gallons, so what I'm going to do in this in here is, even though I've got direct-to-metal primer, I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of epoxy down first. It seems to be a little stickier and bites the metal better than the direct-to-metal primer. The direct-to-metal primer works, but just kind of feel that the epoxy works better. So I'm going to put 1 coat of it down as a sealer, and I'm going to put probably 3 good heavy coats of primer all over this. I'm going to let all this in here dry while I'm working on the rest of the body of the car. I've got some welds left to grind on the bottom of the rocker panel down there, where I welded that to the inner rocker panel. And I got to take the door off and grind that weld off there where I put that little patch on the lower part of the A-post. But once I get that done and these doors test fitted, then mark the hinges and everything, I think I'm gonna leave the hinges on the car and take the door off of the hinges and paint the doors off the car, and then that way I can just hang that back on the car real easy. I think that'll be the easiest thing to do. And the hood and the trunk, I'm gonna hang those up so I don't get so much dust or trash in them. But there's my update for today. Gotta go get my daughter from school here in just a couple of minutes, so gotta cut the video short. I'm almost at 5 minutes anyway, so like and subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell to get all the updates. Thank you.